What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Our Brains Hurts. Thanks so much for hanging out. We have a couple of shows coming up this summer and into the fall. July 6th at the Pie Shop, we are hosting Diesel Boy with American Television, Over Our Eyes, and 40 Reps. That's July 6th at the Pie Shop in DC. It's a Saturday. Get your tickets. Come hang out. 2 weeks after that, on July 24th, also in DC at Atlas Brewworks, we are hosting the Dollyrots with Soraya and DC's very own Curse Words. We're also doing a show at the Pie Shop on August 24th. More details to come on that. And on September 21st, Our Brains Hurt is releasing our very own oatmeal coffee stout beer. And we are having a party and release show at True Vale Brewery in Haymarket, Virginia. That's Saturday, September 21st. Mark it on your calendar. Save the date. It's going to be awesome. Come get drunk with us and watch some bands. Now, let's get to the show.
Well, they needed a jingle for their stupid little show, so they called up the Jasons and we said, fuck no. Then they called us again and they gave us $20 and we wrote them a song that said, your podcast sucks. Then they gave us more money and they asked us really nice and we finally gave in and we said, alright, I'll write you a song, but it's gonna be a clone of a Screeching Weasel song that we heard a while ago. So we wrote them a jingle and it sounded really rad. It was the best little jingle that their podcast ever had, but the file got corrupted and the email didn't work. Now they're stuck without a jingle singing Our Brains Hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. In a very non-copyright infringing sort of way.
How's it going?
Going. How was beach?
Oh, it was as good as the Sandy Point State Park beach could be.
So bad.
Yeah. I've been craving submerging myself in water. I know that sounds weird. And because I haven't been to a beach in like years. I mean, when I was in LA, we went to Malibu, but I didn't like go in the water. The water is freezing in LA. But I don't know. And Sandy Point is like 25 minutes from my house. For those of you who don't know, Sandy Point is the beach. It's right under, like, you're basically right at the base of the Bay Bridge. So you can see the Bay Bridge. And it's a beach on the Chesapeake Bay. So it's, it's the beach.
It's not a beach at all.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, it's a good place to soak up some vitamin D and to take a dip.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Looked like there was some other people out there today too.
Oh, man. So I went yesterday and today. Yesterday was awesome. There was hardly anybody there, and I was like, all right, this is great. Like, I'll never go there on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday ever, because it's a beach full of riffraff. Because it's basically for people who can't afford to go 2 more hours to Ocean City, me included. Just like I make fun of the riffraff in coach when I fly first class. I don't belong in first class, but every now and then I'll treat myself, and
yeah, but
I'll talk shit about the other people while I do.
First class is nice, man. They give you those hot towels, and
so
you don't have to pay for drinks.
No, real plates.
Yeah,
you get your food on real, like, presented to you on real plates. If you've never flown first class and you can't afford to, don't do it once.
Yeah,
don't.
I miss the days when you could like go up to the counter right at the at the gate,
yeah, and
be like, hey, is your first class full? And they'd be like, no, would you like to upgrade to first class for $100? And you're like, yes
I would.
Now it's like, would you like to upgrade to first class for $15,273? Exactly. Like, no. Did I ever tell you my airplane story about the flight attendant dude?
I don't think so.
Going into Atlanta, I wasn't going to Atlanta, but you know how on the East Coast, like everything goes.
Especially if it's Delta. Atlanta. If it's Delta, then that Delta is like Atlanta is the hub. So if you're taking Delta, you're stopping in Atlanta.
Well, I was going down to Atlanta just as a layover to, immediately go west.
Yeah.
And there was like this flamboyantly gay black dude was one of the
a gay flight attendant? There's no way.
Well, some of this this story evolves with this and he was like this big dude with dreads too, you
Yeah.
know, and he comes down the aisle or whatever, and I start joking around with him, and I got a drink, and I was like, can I get two of those? And he was like, we're only allowed to do like one since the flight's like an hour
Yeah.
or whatever. And I was like, no worries, dude, that's cool, I'll just take the one. And so then, like, as we're going into approach to land, I'm in the very last seat, very last row, very last seat in the airplane. There's no one back there. Like,
Yeah.
the rest of the plane was full. I'm back in the last row by myself. So nobody's sitting right next to me because it's two seats on either side, and nobody's sitting in the other two seats.
Okay.
So as we're going to the approach, his seat, that they're supposed to strap into was back there. But he comes back and he sits down. Well, he goes to sit in the two that are empty because way more comfortable than the stupid flight attendant seat.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, the whole time he was joking. He was doing some crazy shit on the microphone, making people laugh. Like, dude was hilarious, you know. So he comes back there as we're doing the approach, and he leans over and he fucking holds out his hand, and there's another fucking little vodka bottle in it.
Fuck yeah.
And he was like, "Here you go, dude." And like, when he said that, he didn't sound flamboyantly gay at all.
Really?
Yeah. And I handed it to him and I picked it up and I looked at him and I was like, was that an act? And he leans over, he's like, hell yeah, that's an act. And he was like, just sounded like, yeah. And I was like, that was a fucking act. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, shit goes over so much easier. You do that shit on the airplane. Like, he was like, fucking everybody loves you. Like, I was like,
that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And then we bullshitted until we landed, and he was cool as fuck. But yeah, he was not flamboyantly gay at all.
That is incredible.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. And
wow.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I know, and he gave me an extra fucking vodka bottle as we were flying in.
Yeah, shout out that dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. Whoever your name is, dude. That dude kicked ass.
Out there doing God's work.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What are you drinking?
Oh, nothing special. This is just this Celsius.
Oh, okay.
Like energy drink. I'm, for whatever reason.
Champagne.
I know. I saw that. The fucking
high life.
champagne of beers.
The world's greatest overstatement.
I like champagne. I get these times when I'm just like, I just need a high life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll drink high life for like a week straight.
When I was younger, like especially when I was underage, I think high life was like my number one. I don't know why.
Because it's the number one.
Because it is the champagne. It's right.
Champagne of beer. It's number one.
It's not bad.
No,
it's really not.
No, if you want something that goes,
it's not
down,
good, but it's not bad.
Like, yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
It's a good day drinking beer.
It is.
Keep you hydrated.
Yeah, not as well as Miller Lite, but yeah.
Right. That's true.
Oh, the good. And you're living the high life.
You are. I am.
Yeah. You
like
can't front on that.
Was there like a witch on a moon? Is that
It's the beer of mystics.
Yeah.
But then I won't drink it for like 2 years.
I haven't had this in at least a decade.
Yeah.
I saw it at the liquor store. I was like, oh, High Life. I was like, I remember High Life. Let's get some High Life.
Drink it for a week straight. Won't get it for 2 years.
I had a massage, and then I got my car washed, and then I picked up some Miller High Life.
Was that after you left the beach?
The beach.
In quotes.
Right. So for those of you who don't know, the beach, Sandy Point, like I was saying earlier, is a small beach on the Chesapeake Bay. So let me give you an example of what that is like. So today when I pulled up my chair, I put my chair down and I noticed this little golf cart looking thing approaching me with a lifeguard in it. And he stopped about 10 yards away from me, closer to the water. And he brings out this garbage bag and he has these rubber gloves on. And he's approaching a pile of something. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? And then I'm watching him like, please tell me he's not picking up human shit. No, he wasn't. So he picked up this huge dead fish.
Oh.
And put it in a little bag and put it on his golf cart and drove away.
I guess
Yeah.
he was hungry.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it looked like a cartoon fish. It was like you could see like it was like a fish bone. It had like the fish and like the like the spine and like the fucking like something got to it and just left it there.
Shout out Fishbone.
Shout out. Yeah. Oh, who I will see this coming October. We're going to talk about the NOFX final show lineup.
Oh yeah. Oh, Fishbone's playing that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and today was definitely at the beach, Sandy Point State Park. It was definitely camp day. When I pull into the parking lot and I see like 18 school buses, it's just like fuck. Also, fat kids. I'm a fat person and I grew up as a fat kid. Stop wearing t-shirts in the fucking water. It is worse. Nothing. It makes you look so much worse than just fucking going in the water with no shirt on. I know there's no fat kids listening to this show, I'm sure, because no kids listen to this. Parents of fat kids, stop letting your kids go in the water with t-shirts on. You're not fooling anybody. It's basically man titty highlighter.
It's an OBH.
It clings to your. Yes, yeah. It clings to your. You see everything worse, and then the poor kids, and they're like pulling it off as fucking man boobs. Stop putting your kids in the water with t-shirts if they're fat.
Maybe it was the kids' choice.
Well, stop. No, well, don't let them do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Just be fat. It's okay, especially when you're at Sandy Point.
Yeah.
Everyone there is fat and ugly. It's great.
That's what Sandy Point is for.
Man, just fucking take the shirt off, dude. 10 times better than going in with especially so many kids with white t-shirts. Now you're in a fucking. Yeah. Now I want to give you $1 because now I'm. Now it's kind of hot.
Yeah, I mean, at least wear a black t-shirt or something. If you gotta.
Yeah, so many. Every fat kid was wearing a t-shirt.
Wearing a white t-shirt in the pool or in the ocean or the bay or wherever is just pointless.
It is
because you're gonna see everything anyways.
Yeah, so stupid. Unless every fat kid just happened to be allergic to the sun today, that could be. I guess that could be it, but I doubt it.
I don't think wearing a t-shirt is going to have anything one way to do or another if you're allergic to the sun.
Right.
I know the sun can make you sneeze. That's weird.
Yeah. It happens to my wife sometimes.
One of my cousins, every time he walks out in like bright ass sun, he sneezes a whole bunch.
I went to the coolest store ever today, by the way. I was looking for a beach chair on my way to the beach. I say the beach in air quotes. There's a store called Anglers, and it's right before the Chesapeake Bay Bridge on Route 50 in Maryland. And let me tell you what you could buy at the store. You could buy all the fishing equipment, rods, lures, everything you'd ever dreamed of. You could buy giant coolers for the beer, which they sell beer. You could buy bourbon. You could buy ammunition, and you could buy fucking guns. This store should have been called America.
Fishing, alcohol, and guns.
It was a gigantic fucking booze section, one aisle down from where the fucking rifles were on the wall. It was the greatest store. Every fucking store in America should be like that. It was rad. It reminded me of that meme, like alcohol, tobacco, and firearms should be the name of a convenience store, not a government agency. I would rename that store to America. Fuck yeah.
The only thing it was missing was a strip club in the back.
There might have been. I didn't stay in that long. But yeah, you had titties to that store. Oh man.
Yeah, because that's pretty much every strip mall has one of those down in like Jacksonville, North Carolina. Oh, yeah. Where Fort Lejeune is.
Oh, you always find the gnarliest places outside of fucking military, especially army bases,
marine bases. No, marine bases. That's but Lejeune down in, I think it's North Carolina. No,
I think Lejeune's
no. I'm sorry,
that's South Carolina.
It's Jacksonville,
Florida.
No, not Florida. It's one of the Carolinas. Jacksonville is it North? It's Jacksonville, North Carolina. Yeah. Yeah, because
What's
it's
the boot camp? Oh, I'm thinking of Paris Island, South Carolina.
yeah.
That's boot camp.
Fort Bragg is boot camp. Paris Island's
Paris
part of.
Island's boot camp for Marines.
Oh
Fort
yeah,
Bragg
yeah.
is an Army base.
Fort Bragg is Army. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it's Jacksonville, North Carolina, because it's right outside of Emerald Isle / Atlantic Beach, North Carolina, which is I know it's gotten a little bit more commercial now, but that has been my favorite beach for a while because technically it's private, even though a lot of people are there, and you can drink on it.
Where is it?
North Carolina. Like,
is it northern North Carolina?
No, it's south of like Nags Head and Hatteras. So like Hatteras comes to that little point, you know, which is Hatteras is like the southernest part of like all the string of beaches like Duck and Nags Head and all that stuff.
Right.
So when you hit that little point in Hatteras, it comes into the west a little bit, and like the little crest to the west, that's it's the same beach, but half of it's called Emerald Isle and the other half's called Atlantic Beach, and I can never remember which side. But regardless, yeah, you can. That beach is fucking cool because you can, as long as you grab a fishing license, like temporary fishing license in North Carolina costs like, it's like $15 for a week.
Yeah, right.
Grab a fishing license, you can just sit on that beach all day, drink beer and fish.
Fuck yeah.
And swim too. Yeah.
That's awesome. I want to start fishing.
That was the first. Yeah, fishing's fun. I mean, I like to actually catch and eat my fish versus a lot of people who just like to fish for sport. I mean, they're not killing anything, so I guess it's cool. But I like to catch and cook. And for whatever reason, I'm not interested in just fishing to fish.
Right. Well, I think it's more fulfilling if you like bring home your meal. Like that's awesome.
Yeah. That's why I like going camping and doing that, because you can just gut it and fillet it and cook it right there on your campfire, and it's so fucking good.
Yeah. In Maryland, we have a catfish problem, which is my favorite fish of all time. Blue cats.
Oh, I got some catfish in the freezer right now.
Nice. Yeah, blue cats are my favorite fish. Maybe my favorite seafood, and I love seafood. And right now in Maryland, they're invasive, so there's no limits on size and amount that you could pull out of the fucking water. So
that's like the snakeheads. I think that's
snakeheads too.
Both Maryland and Virginia, massively invasive, and snakeheads are delicious. Oh my god!
We were talking about that at band practice actually last week, because it's like because Justin lives right on the water, and we always go down like on our breaks and just like sit on the water.
Speaking of that, I was texting with him the other night.
Oh, nice.
And Red and I were outside on the deck because I was telling him like whenever it is that you guys end up playing Fredericksburg at some point, because you will.
Yeah, we will.
I was like, yeah, y'all can crash at our house.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We got space. We got a bunk bed and a queen size bed and a giant ass couch. That's enough space for 3 extra people.
Yep.
But I was showing him pictures of what we did to the deck, because we completely like rejuvenated our deck outside.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
So pruned back a bunch of trees and bushes and shit, and created a little alcove, lights, all that shit. It's cool.
Awesome.
But I was like, you got to come hang out, and I sent him a picture of Red and I was drinking a twisted tea, and he immediately sent me a picture back, and we were wearing the same shirt. both drinking twisted tea.
Hell yeah.
Which was actually the shirt that I'm wearing right now, which is Houston and the Dirty Rats. Shout out Houston and the Dirty Rats.
Hell yeah.
Who's opening for Strung Out in the Adolescents up in
Wait, Houston is opening for Strung Out?
Yeah, the same show that we're going to see on Sunday.
Yeah, on Sunday.
Yeah, Houston's opening that.
Holy shit.
Not the DC one.
Yeah, but like,
he's opening up in Pennsylvania somewhere, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck yeah, Houston.
Yeah. Yeah, so good job, buddy.
That's awesome. I'm so glad our podcast made you that popular.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Definitely wasn't his relentless touring.
Yeah.
or playing 100 shows in 100 days, which I still can't believe he
Amazing.
did.
Yeah.
And he's played all 50 states,
Yeah, that's fucking
including
that's
Hawaii and Alaska.
damn.
He was telling me stories about Hawaii, which was
Oh, yeah.
cool. Yeah, playing in Hawaii.
Hey guys, Trev from the Struggling Artist Podcast, and I want to talk to you real quick about Struggling Artist Record Club. The Struggling Artist Record Club is a vinyl record subscription service where I hunt and curate the best punk and punk adjacent music out there and mail their record to your door each and every month. Imagine finding your new favorite band from across the country without ever having to leave the house. It doesn't get much better than that. The excitement of discovering new music just got that much easier. As a member of the Struggling Artist Record Club, you are going to receive some of the best music you've ever heard from bands you may never even heard of. Whether you've been collecting records for years or just starting out, the Struggling Artist Record Club is designed specifically for you. And right now, all new members get a Struggling Artist Record Club exclusive along with the monthly selection. So head to strugglingartistrecordclub.com, pick a membership, and start building that collection today.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he's a fucking entertainer. He's a fucking hard worker.
People at
And
that
he's just a
show
rad
are gonna
dude.
see them play and be totally into them. He's gonna
Yeah.
gain some fucking shit from that
Oh,
show,
yeah.
because they are a fantastic live
Yeah.
band.
They are.
Now, if
Super
only I
cheap.
could find a new band.
I know. Yeah.
Nobody in Fredericksburg wants to play the style of punk rock that I want to play.
Really?
Yeah, aside from Chris or Yukon Cornelius, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like impossible to find people that want to play that style of punk rock. Although, and this would be cool and probably scratch my itch, but the band that I was in from like the mid 90s into the early 2000s, like
Mhm.
96 to 01, called Nothing of Interest. That Yukon was also in. He's got the DAT tapes somewhere, and we were talking about it the other day because they're good songs.
Yeah.
We recorded at Inner Ear with
Nice.
with Don Zientara,
Hell yeah.
legendary motherfucker.
Yeah.
Songs are good, so I'm gonna go over to his house one day and we're gonna drink some beers and go through a bunch of old boxes and find these old DAT tapes
Fuck yeah.
and see if we can't convert them over to digital and remix and remaster them, and then release them
Nice.
as like a, who knows, maybe I think we recorded those in 2000, so maybe a 25-year anniversary or something.
Hell yeah. Nice.
And yeah, we talked to our old bassist Mike, who lives in England. We talked to him. The lead guitarist Mitch, unfortunately, stopped playing guitar years ago, which is ridiculous because the dude was insanely good.
Yeah, that sucks.
And who knows where the drummer is? He went out to Utah and became Mormon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so who knows where he is? But
Yeah.
we were talking about maybe like
I'm sure
like,
he has at least 8 kids.
oh no, he does. No, he definitely does. I think the last time I spoke to him, he had 5. So
Jesus.
and that was like years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, we were talking about maybe if we do that, then like writing 4 new songs and getting 2
Nice.
other people. I know a drummer and a lead guitarist, which easily I can get to do that little project. And then putting something new out by that band and just to put a closing thing on it.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe a show happens sometimes, maybe it
Hell
doesn't.
yeah.
But yeah, that would be cool.
I'm so looking forward to that July 6th at the pie shop.
Oh my god, yeah. Diesel
Speaking
Boy.
of Yukon.
Diesel Boy, American television, over our eyes, 40
Yeah.
reps.
Yep.
If you don't know any of the bands that I just said, buy tickets and show up, and you will not be displeased.
Yeah.
And you will become a fan of all 4 of those bands.
Yeah. It hurts my soul that we're having that 40 reps is opening a show.
I know. That's what I told him too. I was like,
Yeah.
I really don't want to ask you guys to open another show, but I'm going to ask you guys to open another show.
And fuck yeah to them for doing it. Like,
Well, I don't think they care.
no, they don't. And
They're still
that's fucking rad. I mean, that's how that says a lot about the character of that band as well.
yeah. We opened mad shows when same thing when we shouldn't have been open shows because we just wanted to fucking play.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a lineup like this one, I would have said fucking yes too, like no doubt.
Oh fuck yeah.
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 That being said, I don't think it's going to take very long for 40 reps to start getting offers to headline things, especially after they play Fest this year.
Yeah.
They are going to blow up from playing Fest.
Yeah. There's the more eyes they get on them and ears. Obviously, ears are more important than eyes. But yeah. they're gonna explode after Fest. Yeah. You're completely
any of 40 any of you guys or gal from 40 reps are listening to this right now.
Yeah.
Bring a lot of merch with you to Fest. Yeah. And I'm sure you already probably know this, but do it because you are going to sell a lot of merch there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like one of the greatest. There's so my wife, she came to that 40 rep show that we put on. What show was that?
That was
the headliner of that show.
Shit.
It was the Pie Shop.
It
wasn't Kepi.
No.
It might have been our Christmas show with the Jasons.
It was.
Yeah.
It was because I remember members of the Jasons coming up to me during that show and being like, hey, that band that played at the beginning. And I was like, yeah, they were like, that's probably the best band we've ever heard on one of your guys' bill. And the Jasons never fucking any of them never gawk about other bands.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's never, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah. Right. And
but they did.
And my wife was at that show. My wife is not a punk rock fan. She's not a punk rock hater, but she's just not her thing. And she couldn't stop talking about him. She loved 40 reps. And I love 40 reps, someone who isn't a punk rock. And that's fucking huge.
Yeah.
That says a lot about your band.
Yep.
When somebody who's not into punk rock goes to a punk show and sees you and was like, who is that band? That band was fucking really good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So good on you, 40 reps.
Yeah. You guys got something. Don't stop.
Yeah, exactly.
And on top of that, they just have a great name.
Yeah.
If you don't know what 40 reps means, go down to your local bodega or corner store, if you will. Grab yourself a nice ice cold 40 of Hurricane, Mickey's, Colt 45, Steel Reserve, OE, whatever your malt liquor of choice is. Blue Bull. I can't leave Schlitz out. That was a fave of mine for a while.
I was King Cobra and Hurricane.
There you go, King Cobra. That one too. Go grab. I like the Hurricanes because it says Category 5 on.
Does it really?
Yeah.
It's got to be a Category 5.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's why that's my favorite 40. But yeah, go grab an ice cold 40 and fucking pound that shit to the head, and you'll understand what 40 reps means.
Mickey's was my shit, but they only came in 32s, I think. I don't think
they make 40s. They're harder to find. Yeah.
All right. I just remember the 32s and the grenade bottles.
I love Mickey's, but I would tend to go with the grenades over
a
40. Number one, because you can't find the actual 40s of Mickey's all that often. My grocery store Giant across the street has them sometimes.
Really? Giant?
Yeah. Giant.
I don't think I've ever seen a 40s Mickey. I've seen 32. I've drank plenty of 32s of Mickey's, but I've never seen a 40.
They do make 40-ounce Mickey's.
I believe you.
It is a thing. And not my corner store, but the same brand of corner store. They're called Express Food Mart.
Nice.
There's like 4 of them in Fredericksburg. It's like this little like Pakistani empire.
Nice.
But the other one, the one that's like down the hill, it's like the big one. The other 3 are all smaller ones, but the big one but they have a great beer selection. Holy shit.
Dude, malt liquor is delicious. I fucking love malt liquor.
No, I can't. It sucks.
I know it gets a bad rep, but like it's fucking good.
I love it. And it sucks because I can't really like I shouldn't drink it. I can drink it, but I shouldn't because it fucking it fucks with my
Is it a gout thing?
yeah, like I've only ever
Oh, really?
had one instance of a gout flare up in my life, but it was when I started drinking malt liquor again a couple years
What's the
ago.
difference between malt liquor and regular beer?
I, high gravity, baby. that's, that's what it says on the bottle.
Funny.
I honestly don't know.
There's almost a sweetness to the malt liquor.
Yeah,
It's yeah.
I know that an old friend of mine used to make fucking steel reserve beer battered fucking fish and chips, and they were fucking. It was incredible.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. He'd fucking do these badass fucking fried fish fillets.
Damn, fried fish is like the greatest food ever.
Beer battered and steel reserve. Oh my god, it is. Actually, we're having
Fried
fish for dinner
catfish.
tonight.
Fuck.
Not fried fish tonight, although I think I am gonna fry that catfish that we have in the freezer.
Yeah.
No, we're getting at some pollock tonight.
Nice.
I would love to do what we did when we went camping on my birthday. We made like pollock, and it was like lemon pepper pollock and fucking kimchi like sliders.
Nice.
Dude, like, oh my god.
Hell yeah.
We had planned a completely different lunch,
Yeah.
and something went awry with something we had, and we had to like makeshift something, and we switched our lunch in from brats, and we were like, well, let's just do the fish right now.
Yeah.
We had bought this jar of kimchi just for a topping, and I was like, well, let's just mix the fish and kimchi and put it on freaking hot dog buns. And
Nice.
oh, that was a fucking excellent choice. Like, that's happening again.
Nice.
Are you a kimchi person?
I've never had kimchi. I've smelled kimchi, but I've never had kimchi.
I mean, there's a vast difference between good kimchi and not good kimchi.
Yeah, I'm not against trying it. It's not like I've just never really like. I've never fucked with Korean food.
It's kimchi's weird because it's like fermented cabbage.
I mean, I love cabbage. I love coleslaw.
If you like cabbage and coleslaw,
I love coleslaw. It's
then
like my favorite side of all.
You'll like kimchi.
Yeah.
There's of all fucking there's this one brand of kimchi. They actually sell it at Walmart of all places. But it's sold other places too. But it's real mild, but you still get the good like kimchi flavor. You would probably really, really like it. If you're into cabbage and coleslaw, it's just think of like cabbage or coleslaw, but with like kind of like a little bit of like a fermented like yeah, like do you like sauerkraut?
Love sauerkraut.
Oh, then you'll love kimchi.
Sauerkraut.
It's like think of kimchi as like spicy.
In fact, sometimes I'll just make sauerkraut and eat sauerkraut.
Yeah. Kimchi, basically, if you think of it like this in your head, it's like spicy fucking sauerkraut.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I've never like, it's not like I've had a chance and it grossed me out. I just never, for whatever reason, Korean food has never really crossed my path that often. So.
Oh, you gotta try.
I'm definitely up for trying it for sure. Yeah.
Another really good thing is like spam and kimchi sliders, like fried spam.
Is awesome. I like spam. Spam is huge in Hawaii. Hawaiians like even at when you go to a McDonald's in Hawaii, there's like spam options for stuff.
Go buy those little Hawaiian, the little Hawaiian sweet rolls.
Oh, do I know?
Yeah, yeah. You get some of those.
20% of my overweightedness is those fucking sweet rolls.
Yeah. Yeah, you get those little sweet rolls, and you cut a little like flat square of spam about the size of the sweet roll.
Yeah.
Fry those, and then you put the spam on the sweet roll, top it with kimchi, put a little bit of mayo on there.
Oh,
boom.
yeah.
Dude, so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so good. But it has to be the specific Hawaiian sweet rolls, like the brand. Like I've tried it with other companies that try to
King's
do
Hawaiian.
Yes.
King's
you
Hawaiian.
got to get that brand because the other brands don't. it's not quite the same, and
No,
it
it's not.
tastes kind of weird with the Spam
Okay.
with the other brands. It has to be the
Yeah.
King's Hawaiian brand
Gotcha.
because I tried it with the Pepperidge Farm ones, and fucking Pepperidge Farm did not remember. Like I was like, oh, Pepperidge Farms. A lot of your stuff is good, not your fucking sweet rolls. Your
Yeah.
sweet rolls can fucking
Yeah.
die a horrid death. I don't normally throw food away, but I threw those sweet rolls right
Yeah.
in the fucking garbage. I was like,
I remember when I was younger, I went to college in New York at this college called Iona before I transferred to the University of Maryland. And my girlfriend at the time went to Rutgers in Jersey.
oh, Rutgers.
Yeah, and there was a Pepperidge Farm factory not far from Rutgers. And they had this store like off maybe like right down the road from the factory where it was like all their damaged goods were like super cheap just because if the cookies were like shaped wrong, you know what I mean? It was just like if there was anything slightly wrong with like the shape of the food, they would like sell it cheap at this like reject store. And I would just go there and get those Pepperidge Farm like these like square cookies.
Pepperidge Farms is good cookies. They're
Yeah,
cookies.
dude.
Those little ones with the fruit in them.
Yes. Do you like fruitcake?
I can eat some fruitcake.
I fucking love fruitcake.
Yeah,
I always have some in my freezer, and every time I break out a piece, my wife and daughter laugh at me. I'm like,
oh, you like
guys.
love
Oh, I
fruitcake.
love fruitcake. Oh my God. If you want to dazzle me for Christmas, send me the fucking fruitcake. I will love you forever if you send me fruitcake on fucking Christmas. I'll gather all your everybody who hates fruitcake, gather it up,
Send them
send
to
it my
Ron.
way.
Send them to Ron.
I'll
We
trade
need
you records for it. I don't give a fuck.
We need a PO box just so people
Yeah.
can send you fruitcake.
I fucking love fruitcake. It's the greatest shit ever.
What about rum cake? Are you a rum cake guy?
I do. I love rum cake. I
Have
love
you
rum
ever-
raisin ice cream.
Have you ever had those Tortuga rum cakes?
No.
Oh, bro. If you have never had those
Yeah.
very specific rum cakes, you are
Tortuga?
in for a fucking
Tortuga.
TOR, I believe so. Tortuga.
Okay.
You need to immediately order one of those.
So my cheesecake of choice. I mean, not cheesecake. My fruitcake of choice is Claxton. They're out of I think they're out of South Carolina or Georgia.
Yeah, it is
Sell it
Tortuga
year-round.
rum cake.
Tortuga. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. TortugaRumCakes.com. Oh my God, Ron, they're so good.
But yeah, if you go to claxtonfruitcake.com, that's my shit. I have a whole block of fruitcake in my freezer right now. And I also have, and the cool thing about Claxton and the silly things called Clax Snacks, which is a serving, they individually wrapped servings of slices of fruitcake. Genius.
All these companies
Genius.
now owe us advertising money.
Yeah, Claxton, and it's year round. You could go there right now and fucking buy individually wrapped servings of fruitcake. I had another tick on my ass, dude, 2 days ago. It's the fourth tick within 2 weeks.
Where are you rolling around in the grass?
I'm not fucking. So I sleep with my dogs, and I think that's the problem.
Yeah, the dogs are getting them.
I was putting Mando, shout out Mando, greatest ass deodorant ever. I was putting it on my ass cheeks, and I felt something. I was like, oh man. And I looked in the mirror, fucking tick right in my ass.
It's
man.
not just for your ass, though.
It's not just for your ass.
I think I'm gonna become a Mando man.
Mando is the greatest thing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about Mando.
So I'm getting tired of my old stupid speed stick.
No, you could put Mando on wherever you want, but for me, it's mostly the balls and the ass.
Do you have different deodorant for your pits?
Yeah, I use Mitchum, unscented Mitchum. I've been using it for decades.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
For my pits. Yeah. I don't like scented deodorant. I don't like to smell my deodorant. I went like a week ago. I had a doctor's appointment, a dermatologist. Every few years I go just to make sure I don't have skin cancer, just to like get my entire body looked over. And the dermatologist was this young, stupid hot fucking so fucking hot, dude. like so fucking hot.
And you're like, oh,
And
but
it's just
thank
like
God
this
for Mando.
petite, just like so the nurse brings me back. The nurse, or the not even a nurse, like whatever the fucking assistant brings me back, and like she's like, all right, just strip down to your underwear. The doctor will begin in a second. Yeah, I knew who the doctor was because I could see her, you know, when I went signed up for the appointment and they gave her to me, I saw her picture and stuff. Um, Fucking incredible. But I guess they can't be in a room with you alone if you're naked. So they have to have another person in there with you. So like I'm standing there and but I was in my boxers, like I'm sitting in this chair in the middle of this room and waiting, and then the doctor comes in with the nurse again, and the nurse is just standing there watching me as she's like inspecting my body. This is the worst / best thing that's ever happened to me. She's looking at my back and my chest. She's like, I could tell you where she's like, I could tell you that you're really good with sunblock. I was like, I've never worn it in my life. So, it's like I never worn sunblock. Like, I don't know if it's my Mediterraneanness. It just the olive oil just leaks out and just kind of coats me.
Yeah, that's all you need right there. Here's what sunblock does. I don't wear it a ton, but I also don't go out in the sun a ton in the summer. Here's what sunblock does. Sunblock gives you skin cancer. You use sunblock too much, that's what causes you to get skin cancer. You got to fucking pay for the doctors to get rid of your skin cancer. They got you. Allegedly.
I'm glad I've never used the stuff. Actually, I have been using it on my tattoos lately.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly, Twitter or YouTube or whatever. Yeah. We don't want to get flat, but I have been using sunblock on my tattoos because I don't want them to fade.
And
I shouldn't even be doing that.
And for those of you who think I'm crazy saying this, just look what fucking Johnson & Johnson had to do. Johnson & Johnson just lost their fucking lawsuit that their talcum powder / baby powder fucking causes cancer. They just had to pay out fucking $700 million.
Yep.
Which is just a slap on the wrist to a giant fucking company like that.
Yeah.
But this shit happens.
Yep.
So anybody who's been using Johnson & Johnson talcum powder and baby powder, you may have given your kids cancer.
Congratulations.
Yep. Good job, Johnson & Johnson. Way to go.
No. This Mediterranean guy.
No, you don't need it. You're Italian. You don't fucking need sunblock. Just rub olive oil all over your body. That's what it's what
I think
it
would cook.
to do.
It would start cooking my skin. It would smell so good.
I thought olive oil for the longest time came from Italian people. And it was just their sweat and they bottled it. Turns out it comes from olives.
Like, to be serious though, like there are some like old school Italian people who will rub olive oil on themselves. To, like,
I know,
dry skin and shit.
I know. That's kind of why I said that, because I have seen old school Italian people do that.
Maybe there's something to it. I mean,
I don't think there is.
No, probably. It just makes you delicious.
It just makes you delicious.
Let's talk about this NOFX October lineup that I will be seeing 2 of the 3 dates of.
Yeah, I think it's completely announced now, right?
Yeah. So it's completely announced. So the 3 day, so RKL not in it, which is really fucking surprising to me.
I agree.
I don't know what's the deal with that. So my brother and I are flying out. We have tickets for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we have VIP on the stage tickets for Saturday, and for Saturday they're calling it Fatterday, October 5th. It's of course NOFX is headlining. Then it's Descendants, Less Than Jake, Lagwagon, Strung Out, Good Riddance, Mad Caddies, Swingin' Utters, Bad Cop, Get Dead, Holly Van Dam. I've never seen Lagwagon. I'm stoked to fucking see Lagwagon. Good Riddance.
Oh, you've never seen Lagwagon?
I don't think I've ever seen Lagwagon.
How did you end up not seeing all these fucking bands?
I don't know. I don't know. But that Saturday, it's Lagwagon, Strung Out, Good Riddance, Descendants, NOFX. I mean, those are like my 5 favorite bands of all time. Um, Sunday we have regular tickets for it, so we'll be with the Riff Raff. Um, and that's NoFX, of course, headlining with Pennywise, the Vandals. Totally stoked about those two. Subhumans, Fishbone, Co-Defendants, the Flatliners, and a surprise band from England, which is it's a surprise band and there's a British flag. And then We Are the Union and Das Clown. So that's the final NoFX show. Will be Pennywise and the Vandals.
That's it. That's
and
done.
Yeah, so that's Saturday. So like Friday, which we don't have tickets to, which I don't. After seeing, so this is going to be, I know, very unpopular because Bouncing Souls fans hate me because I say this all the time. But we currently don't have tickets for Friday, and Friday is NoFX, of course, headlining. Dropkick Murphys, MXPX, Bouncing Souls, Sick of It All, 7 Seconds, DOA, DI, Lucidal, The Last Gang, and Knuckleheads. I've seen Sick of It All a couple times. Dropkick Murphys, I've seen.
Yeah, Sick of It All is awesome. I actually just saw them somewhat recently.
Yeah. I would love to see MXPX, but Dropkick Murphys and Bouncing Souls I could do without.
MXP, I've seen MXPX live. It was a long time ago.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've never seen them live, so that's the only. I wish MXPX and Less Than Jake would switch out because I really don't care for Less Than Jake. But after seeing this lineup, I don't think I'll be buying tickets for the Friday show because we were thinking about getting them anyway. But it depends on what albums NoFX is playing that night. Maybe I'll still get them.
So you're going to
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, that Saturday show. Man.
Oh, it's fucking stacked, dude.
Have you ever seen the Mad Caddies live?
Yeah, I saw them.
They're great.
I saw them in Ohio when we went to the NoFX show last year. Yeah,
they're great live.
Mhm.
Although their current lineup is just like Chuck and a bunch of, Sean Sellers plays drum and a bunch of other people that were never in the band for years. But man, I saw them in their heyday and they were just so good live.
Yeah,
partied with them one time too.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a 2002. It was a free show at the American University Food Court in DC.
That's awesome.
And it was
it
was fucking God, who was the first band that played? It was some band that was on Honest Don's. It was like or Pink and Black. You remember when they had that Pink and Black records thing?
Yeah.
It was one of those, a band. It was like 3 chicks. They opened. I wish I could remember their name. I'd have to.
Were they local to Maryland?
No, they were.
Okay.
No, not at all. There was no bands that were local that played this show. So they opened. Then the Real Mackenzies played, who are fucking awesome. Then the Mad Caddies played.
Was Lil Joe in the Real Mackenzies?
No.
Okay.
The Real Mackenzies are like from Vancouver. They're like a Scottish punk band. They're fucking awesome. If you've never
Who's
gotten
the band that Lil Joe was in, the ska punk band?
He was in a ska punk band?
I thought he
maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But this was so it was whatever the first band was. Then the Real Mackenzies, then Mad Caddies, and Rise Against. And this was before Rise Against became famous. It was like Rise Against still had only had their first album out.
Nice.
And it was before, what was their second album called? Black Masks and Gasoline, I think.
Yeah.
Right,
Joe was in the Real Mackenzies and Mad Caddies.
Joe Raposo?
Yeah.
He was in the Mad Caddies? Are you sure?
According to Wikipedia, hang on.
Huh. Weird.
So
maybe okay. I don't think he wasn't there then. At least, but so there was like the American University Food Court is just such a weird place for a fucking punk rock show, even in 2002.
It sounds like a weird place.
They had one keg that was not full. It was they ran out and they didn't have another one. So like me and my buddy that I was with, we were trying to figure out what to do. So in between sets, we had gone to the bathroom and we were talking about going to get beer because the keg was out.
Mhm.
And so we're pissing, and Chuck, the singer from the Mad Caddies, comes out of the stall, and he's like, "They're out of beer," and we were like, "Yeah, the guy behind the counter just fucking just said that their keg's tapped, and that's it." And he was like, "Oh, that fucking sucks." He's like, because we were talking about going to the store. He's like, "Are you guys gonna go to the store to get more beer?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Hold on a minute. If I go fucking get a bunch of money together from fucking the rest of my band and whoever else, like the Real Mackenzies," he's like, "Could we send our fucking roadie with you and fucking
awesome.
and we'll just get a bunch of beer?" And he's like, "We can sneak it all in our fucking gear cases." He's like, "And you guys can come back and fucking party with us, and we'll fucking all drink and have a great time." And we were like, yeah." So their roadie and one of the guys from the Real Mackenzies, this crazy fucking Scottish dude, like came with us, and we all piled in my buddy's car, and we drove down the street to this fucking corner store and bought
That's awesome.
all this fucking beer, went back, fucking rolled it all in their fucking gear cases, and
Wow.
like and partied fucking with the Mad Caddies and the Real Mackenzies, just like all night long in this
That's
like
awesome.
back room in the fucking American University fucking
That's
food
cool.
court of all places. I remember, and like only the drummer from Rise Against like partied with us. I remember like sharing a cigarette with him because it was like the last cigarette.
Yeah.
But he was
Awesome.
cool, Brandon. He was super cool. None of the other guys from
Yeah.
Rise Against partied or anything, I guess. But
So Joe Raposo played bass for the Real Mackenzies from 04 to 2010.
no
So for
shit.
6 years. Yeah.
Yeah, so this was before he was in that band.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Damn, now that makes me because I love that band. Now I
Yeah.
got to go back and listen to some of those albums and be like, oh shit, that's fucking Joe.
Yeah. 2004 to 2010. He was the bass player.
And who else was in that band? Oh, or no, you said he was also in.
But so it's on Joe Raposo's Wikipedia page. It says that he played for Mad Caddies, but on the Mad Caddies Wikipedia page, he's not in there at all. So
Yeah,
that's
I wonder if he
very
just like toured with them or something.
yeah, maybe. You know?
Because RKL's drummer for a short period, um, two of like Derek Floyd, the guy who was Lagwagon's drummer who committed
Mhm.
suicide,
Yeah.
and then Boz Rivera, who both played for RKL in the early 2000s, also played for the Mad Caddies in the same era.
Yep. Boz Rivera, 2000, 2001, and 2008 to 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you must have seen them in two. If you saw
It was 2002. That's when I
Okay.
saw. I don't know who was drumming for the Mad Caddies
Oh,
when
okay.
I saw
All
him,
right. But yeah, so Boz was there from 0 to 01.
but it was 2002 when I saw him. So I think it was the drummer after.
Brian Flanagan,
Yeah, that guy.
01 to 08.
Yeah, it was that dude.
Yeah. Crazy.
But yeah, that was an interesting show. The only time I've ever heard of any sort of punk show at American University.
It's so wild, man. Like,
Yeah, it was like the Fat Tour too. It was like one of the first Fat Tours.
cool. I also have a American University cafeteria story. For a brief moment in my life, I worked for Deer Park Water, delivering water.
Oh yeah.
And I drove a huge truck filled with those 5-gallon bottles of water that I would bring delivered to like customers. And when I finally got my own route, American University was on my route. And I had to go there and deliver like hundreds of those bottles to their cafeteria. And it was a pretty big truck, and I'm trying to back the truck into their fucking loading dock, and I couldn't do it. So I left. They didn't get any of their water, and I quit. I got back and I quit the next. I was like, I'm not even coming in today. I don't want to do this anymore. I couldn't. So sorry, American University, for not getting your. That would have been like 90. That would have been 2000, probably 2000 or 2001.
Yeah, so right around that time.
Yeah, so if you guys were lacking bottled water at that point, it might have been because of me.
American University sucks anyways. It's like the part of DC that like no one ever goes to unless you go to American University.
Right. I remember I spent a half an hour trying to back into that fucking loading dock. I was like, fuck you guys. And I just drove away. I drove right back to fucking Deer Park with all the water. My boss was so pissed. And the next day I'm like, I'm not coming in. Fuck it. I'm not driving. to fucking
I'm
show.
out.
I remember the dude like that worked at American, like trying to like back me in, like trying to give me direction. And I'm just like, see ya. I just drove away. He's like, what are you driving? My fucking route was like Georgetown and parts of DC.
Oh yeah.
With a big fucking truck.
I've
Fuck
done
that,
it,
dude.
I delivered sports equipment for Galleons. Do you remember Galleons?
Yeah.
We bought out by Dick's Sporting Goods. They were
Yep.
like major competitors. Yeah, I drove around DC. I used to deliver like treadmills and home gyms and fucking
shit.
pool tables and ellipticals and all that shit. Deliver and install. Yeah.
Damn.
16-foot box truck through DC. I got so good at that shit. I was like whipping in parallel parking, just whipping into spots. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not get good at it, so I quit. That's the type of person I am. So we're gonna stick with September 21st as the beer release.
Okay.
Because H Festival thankfully sucks. So thank you, IMP or whatever you are, whoever put that together. Thank you for having a complete shit festival lineup, ticket prices, no side stage. We really appreciate it because now we do not have to reschedule our beer release. Because
anybody who's going to that HF festival, we don't want at our event anyways.
Yeah. So I thought that at least have a second or third stage with a couple punk bands that would take people away from what we want to do, but that's not happening. I haven't heard one positive thing about that at all, even from people who are into that music.
I can't remember who said it, but somebody made a comment on social media and I immediately popped in my head the same thing. I was like, who made this fucking flyer? Like a 3-year-old? Like this is supposed to be some huge festival.
It's not even 90s looking. It's like 60s looking.
It's like shitty looking.
Yeah. And
it's like they got some 15-year-old kid who works at Kinko's to draw it up for them real quick.
Well, it's funny because when they announced it was the 21st, the first thing I did was after seeing how many people were excited about it, I hit up the brewery and I was like, hey, look, we're probably gonna have to change the date of our beer release. And I didn't hear anything back from them. And then 3 days later, when they released the lineup and the stipulation, I was like, you know what? They released the lineup. We don't need to change it. No one's going to that shit. And they just responded like, haha. Like, so thank you, 930 Club, IMP, whatever your group is. Thank you for sucking.
Yep.
It'll still be September 21st. Good beer, good punk bands. Haymarket, Virginia.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day. This is coming out on Sunday, Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to everybody. That's right.
Yes. We are fathers.
We'll be while you're listening to this episode, we'll be at Strung Out in DC at the Black Cat.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Also, Steve Rovery from American Television hit me up yesterday and said he made a whole bunch of fucking flyers for the July 6th Diesel Boy show. Nice. And he's giving them to Chris or Yukon because Yukon's coming with us. So we can all hand out fucking flyers.
Oh, sweet. I was thinking about making some, but that's awesome that he's gonna have them. So that's good.
Yeah, because he was like, "Are you guys flyering there?" And I was like, "I don't think Ron and I have ever flyered for anything OVH related."
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, you got a whole bunch now." So that's a good place to do that.
It's a great place to do that.
Yeah. It's like the perfect place to do that.
It really is. Yeah. That Strung Out to promote for Diesel Boy. Yeah, that's fucking rad. All right, cool, man.
Cool.
I'll see you Sunday.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Later. All right. Later.
Later.